everyone, it's Karen from Liongate Farm, and we were gone for a week. It's summer. Anyways, today we are going to make this little owl, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's an easier project than the fox that we did last time, so let's get started. Hey, it's Karen from Liongate Farm, and today I'm going to teach you how to make this little owl. Now, we're not going to put a hat on the one we make. When you're out and about, if you see things that would look good on your felting, that'd be great. Okay, so we have a new puppy, and she's being a little obnoxious. I don't know, can you see her? This is Trini. She's a guardian dog in training. She hurt her foot, so she's in the house. Anyways, we're gonna make this little owl, except we're gonna make a purple one. So you're gonna need some various colors. So this will be his body color, and then I'll make the belly out of the light purple, and then I'll do the wings out of this variegated. Then we need a little bit of white, blue, black, that's the eyeballs, and this part here, and then the orange will be his beak. So, and then of course you need core wool. So I have my handy dandy core wool, and I have a bunch of little pieces here because I want to show you how to use pieces. So I'm gonna set him right there, and oh, you're gonna need needles. I have various needles here. I have a 38 star, a 38 star spiral. I have a 40 triangle, and then I have a 40 twist there. I've got a ruler. I do have a skewer. We'll use that for a couple things. And let's get started. All right, so first we are going to make just this shape. We're going to make, it's kind of an egg shape, but it's flat on the bottom, so it will sit up. So we're going to make that shape. I want you to take whatever core wool you have, and see I have all these pieces, so I'm going to wrap mine up. And remember, the tighter that you wrap it, and I'm just rolling it, the less poking you have to do on the egg. So this is the beginning. Let's just secure that. And I'm going to add some more to it. You know, I just have all these pieces left over from whatever. Sometimes my core wool comes in little pieces. And I just want to show you guys, you can use it. It doesn't matter. Rip. Rip the dog is down here scratching. All right, so now it's floofy on that end. We'll get rid of it. If you have like various colors you're never going to use again for something, you can use that on the inside of your project. I'm wrapping this way. And I'll secure it because it's going to make it tight. You want the bottom to be a little wider than the top. And then I'm going to wrap this piece on an angle. You can hear, by the way, I'm stabbing, that it's already pretty tight. So what we're going to do now is I am going to stab this piece into his body. I'm just going to make it nice and smooth, oval shaped, and then we'll start on his body. Okay, so I worked on this for about 10 minutes. I got him nice and egg shaped, round, and I'm going to put the body color on. So what I want you to understand is this is going to be light purple. I like to color his whole head. And I'm just going to wrap that on there. This is a fairly easy project. Good one to do with your kids. Owls are fun. I don't know where you are, but it's hot here. My sheep are hot. I'm hot. It's hot. I don't know if you follow the farm page, but I posted a video of my hot sheep the other day. And the fan hogs. All right, so I'm gonna get this all nice on here. Don't worry about it being too super smooth yet. And then decide what's going to be your front. And we're going to just add some more for the back here. Don't worry about that extra. We'll flip it back. I love this purple color. It's like grape. If you watch our video, you should come on and tell me where you're from. That'd be fun. We want to know where you're from, who's felting with us. Okay, so doesn't look like much yet, does it? So I am going to delineate the back of his head with my needle. So that's going to be the back of his head. I don't know why, it just works out better that way. And then we're going to work this down. Now remember, my guy, look, this guy has a little tiny tail. And see, here's where I delineated his head. And you know, I probably should tell you the dimensions so you don't go make a giant owl. This guy is 3 inches tall by 2.5 inches wide. He's 2 inches this way, 2.5 inches this way, only 2 inches this way. That should give you, this should be about 1.5 at the top. I should have told you that sooner. So my body is sufficiently felted that when I take my needle along there, it will make this line. So now we're going to add his belly. I want you to tear some strips. So I like this to look like the fibers are all going down. So I'm going to start by putting it up right this way. And I'm going to felt along here. And then I'm going to add my other strip. And then when you fold it down and around, we don't have stray fibers up here that we have to deal with because we folded it. So I'm just working it down along his belly. You notice I'm not felting it a lot because I like this to be poofy. I'm just using my needle to smooth it out. I'm felting with some Corriedale today. If you're using merino, it will be harder for you to get this look because the holes show up more. I'm not anti-merino. I probably sound like I'm anti-merino, but I'm not anti-merino. It does have its place. But I prefer Corriedale. So we have this last piece. We're gonna make a little stack. And this is gonna go here. Again, notice I placed it at the same, it's all running this way. And even though Sliver is not like comb top, if you're using comb top, you'll definitely see the directional lines. And then we're gonna have this little piece that sticks out right here. want you to felt that into a triangle. It's going to be his little tail. So we're making a stack. We're going to just get it on the top. Now, I don't want you to felt too deep. Otherwise, if you felt too deep, it will go through that light purple. Which I guess will be okay. So you can see I'm not really coming through here. I'm just felting sideways into the light purple, but not going through. So now I'm going to switch to a single needle and clean this up. I want this to be nice and smooth back here. So now that I have all those body colors on, I'm going to just get this all felted nice and smooth, and then next we will put on some wings.
All right, action.
Okay, so I have been stabbing on this about 10 minutes, and you can see where I'm at here. I have a little white space there, but I'm not going to worry about that because the wing's going to go there. Right now it just looks like it's going to be a little purple bird, which it's going to be, but we're going to make it into an owl. So I've also been kind of working it to make it round on the top. You know, make sure he has that oval shape along there. All right. So next, let's add his, I was going to do his wings. Yeah, we'll do his wings. We'll do his wings. So we're going to use this multi purpley blue stuff. We're going to make some stacks. You're familiar with my stacks. So we're going to stack some. So probably 3 stacks. Stacks are probably going to start out at 2 inches. 2 inches tall, or 2 inches. So I'm ripping off 2-inch pieces of this. This purpley blue. Let me put that out of the way. So I have 2 pieces here, and I'm going to make some wings. I know you know what I'm going to say. I'm going to use my 38 star. I want this little shape here. And notice these are not super felted. We're just going to make, now, they're going to attach here, so you don't want to make them more than 1 3/4 inches. Whoops. I'll get that in a minute. So I'm going to eyeball it. And I'm drawing each wing with my needle. So just like that. And then we're going to fold it in along those lines. Notice I'm not leaving any fringe for attaching. We're not going to need that. So wing 1 shape. Of course, we're going to flip them over. They should hold their shape pretty well. You can use your multi-tool. If you have one, I'm just using the pin tool. Or we want mirror images of each other, one for each side. If you want to get fancy, you can always put lines in them to make them look like a wing. But you don't need to, you just need the suggestion of a wing. So we have these little wings and they're gonna go right here. Phew, that's the right size. And you're just gonna stab the top of it on. Just like that. Actually, I want it up closer to there. This wing's gonna go right here. Making sure they're the same. You can hear how firmly felted the interior of this owl is by the sound of my needles going in. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do, put on his little face. So we know that his nose, his beak, is gonna end up right here in the middle. So let's kind of just draw what's gonna happen first. That's gonna be his beak. So we need two big old eyes on either side of that beak. I don't know if you guys can see my little pokes. I'll poke them in more. So let's start with the background of his eye, which I'm going to use this aqua color. It might be a little bright, but let's see what happens. And we're just going to fill in this section that we just poked in there. On the other eyeball area. So this was just the background of his eye. I'm not worrying too much about where his beak's gonna go. I'm just gonna do these in layers. Kind of smooth it out. Now we're going to put his nose on before we put his eyeballs in. I want you to just take a little piece of orange or whatever color you're using for a beak. And we're going to use our skewer. We're going to make a nice little seed. Not too much. This is the actual shape we want right here. And just slide it off. So this goes right here. Give this the little beak. Now the next color is the body color, which is around his eyes. Actually, I used a different color. We're going to use the wing color. We use the wing color. We'll stand down now. We're going to take your skewer, and we need to make just like a long tube. Kind of spin it. We're just trying to get that shape. You might not use all of this, but you're going to use some of it. We're going to tack it around his eyeball. I'm not going to go around. I'm going just to here. And see, I have too much. So I grab some scissors and I'm just going to cut this right there. By making it into the tube shape, it leaves it nice and floofy around here, around his eyeball. Let's see, so we could actually finish this one. I'm gonna take a little piece of black, just rip off a little piece of black. I like to fold it. It's gonna be his eyeball. They have giant eyeballs. I only want it touching the bottom right here. I want to leave the blue open over here. I'm going to switch to a finer needle and now before we keep going, when you go back to your black, grab some fibers, thin, stretch them out so you don't have a lot, roll it up. This is going to go in here. We're going to kind of outline you can just let it go there. This is where you want to take your time because the eyeballs are what make the owl. Not going to worry about that because it's going to get covered. Then you need a little tiny dot of white. So you're going to take a little tiny bit of fiber, roll it into a ball. This is going to be too much, I can tell by feeling it. And it's going to go right near the top of his beak. Okay, so now I'm going to do the second eye the same way I did the first eye. going to start with my little black dot. I actually did this backwards. I want this to come up. There we go. Now it looks right. So you can do this out of order, like I just did. All right, I need a purple tube. This is the stuff I cut off, so we'll see if it works. The more you spin it on your skewer, the more it'll be felted. I want that to match that side up there. Notice I'm not felting a ton in the tube, just on the edges of it to get it attached. Just tacking that out of the way. I need a couple fibers, black fibers. I'm just outlining his eye. And then I have some fibers I need to get rid of there. White. Everybody likes a purple owl. Try and make the dots the same. So I put those in the middle. Now he looks googly. Okay, wait. It should actually be over here. So he's looking to one side. I guess you could put them wherever you want. I like that better. It's personal preference. So now, got that part of the eyes on. So now we are going to take some of our light purple, the belly color. And this, we're just gonna pull off 2 pieces. Okay, so you're gonna just draft this out. You just twist it. We're gonna twist it, and then the first piece is gonna go right here. You can make a tube like I did for the other part of the eye, but I like this to be loose. You'll understand in a second. Okay, there's one. Let's put on the other one. We can always trim these. Put this one on. It's like a floof. Kind of combing it with my needle. I think it needs to be, I'm going to pull a little bit off and add some more. Somebody's farm in my project. It's okay. Okay, so this is one color. I'm going to do the same thing over here that I did there. I'm going to just give them a little more. I only do 2 colors here. You could do 3 if you wanted, I'm sure. And then I like to do white on the top. So we're going to take a little bit of our white. Same thing. Let's do 2 poofs. But this I want a little bit thinner. Okay, maybe fatter. It's all subjective, however you like it. Sometimes it just talks to you while you're making it. You really got to make sure they're attached right in this area, so then they can go out here and do their floofy thing. His eyebrows. And then I like to clip them on an angle, so it's like his ear. This one is way floofier than that one. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Just remember, you can always add. It's hard to take away unless you use scissors. This needs to go down a little bit and be more round. So now that you got it all on there, you can play with it and clean it up a little bit. And this one spot I don't like. So you could give him a hat. He would be cute with a hat, but he's cute without a hat. There we have it. One little owl. I can't wait to see what colors you guys do. Just go back and clean them up a little. If you want this to curve up, just poke it in like that. You know, you could give them, to make it a girl, you could give her eyelashes. Okay, so I'm working with a 38 star spiral, and I'm just pulling in any stray fibers. Pay particular attention to this spot right here to make it very defined, and so it gets that rolled look. And then I actually tacked it down there so it's around his eye, so it looks round from the top, and then it'll wing up like his ears, making sure these match on both sides, and then just getting them all nice and even. Be fun if you had a polka dotted belly, wouldn't it? I might have to do that later. But here he is, my little owl. I hope you have fun making them. Really good, and any color combination you want. I did purple because gray is boring on video, and everybody loves purple. Just clean them up a little bit, and we're all done. See you next week.